Thank you, thank you, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, may I welcome you this evening. I'm Ron Barnett. For those of you who may not have remembered me, I'm the one who insisted on using Vitalis instead of Brill Cream when I was at school. We are truly thrilled. The people that worked so hard to put this affair together are truly thrilled at the turnout. I can now officially announce that this is the most successful reunion that has ever taken place in the city of Los Angeles and probably in the United States. We have in this room tonight over 780 people, and I think that's quite a turnout. And I think it's a tribute not only to the class of 1947, but a tribute to LA High School. Now, I have many, many thanks to give this evening for this wonderful affair. And first of all, I would like to thank all of you, because with a hard-working committee, you can work hard for a year as we did and have half the turnout that we do. But it was the class of 47 who really did show the enthusiasm that was beyond our wildest dreams. I would first like to thank Dick Bank for locating over... Due to Dick's efforts, we located over 93% of the class. And I might tell you that we could have easily located the other 7%, but we put a limit on the girls' marriages over 5. We just didn't follow up anymore. I would also like to thank Lloyd Wise for taking care of all of the wonderful printing, the letters that you got. I know that I'm going to miss somebody, but the entire committee has done a fantastic job. There were 30-some-odd people. We had several meetings, and they were all enthusiastic meetings. Maybe only 10 minutes of business, but enthusiastic. At this time, I was to introduce the president of the LA High Alumni Society, Mr. Jack Gertzen, the Honorable Jack Gertzen, Judge of the Superior Court of the State of California, class of 48. But unfortunately, due to a death in the family, he could not attend. But mentioning his name reminds me of a story that Jack has told in public on himself. It seems that the Honorable Jack Gertzen was not so honorable when he was at LA High School, and he was constantly getting into trouble. And since Mr. Crowther is here tonight, I think I can tell the story. It seems that Jack Gertzen was hauled into Mr. Crowther's office one day, and as Jack tells it, Mr. Crowther looked down at him and he said, "Son," he said, "I'm afraid you're never going to amount to anything." And Jack said, "You know, I looked up at Mr. Crowther and I was thinking the same thing about him." Now, I have here 4 telegrams. The first one is from Zurich, Switzerland. And it reads, "Greetings from Zurich, Switzerland. Wish I could be with you tonight. Patricia Malone Sherman, winter 1947. We have another one from Visalia. Dear class, friends of 47. That's further away than Cucamonga. Dear class, friends of 47, with much appreciation for all of you who have worked so hard to make this night possible, I'm sorry to miss this seemingly once-in-a-lifetime occasion. Hello to all my old friends. Have fun and fond memories. Best regards, Ernie Aquafresca. And another telegram from Miami, Florida. Regret, unable to attend class reunion, although distance makes it impossible for me to be with you physically. I am here in spirits. Greetings from the Sunshine State to all of my classmates and friends, even in Florida. Everyone knows you can't beat L.A. Hyde. Don Thompson, Summer 47. And we have just one more telegram. This is dated October 27th, yesterday, City Hall, Office of the Mayor, City of Los Angeles. To the I'll tell Sam you said that. To the class of 1947, LA High School, congratulations on your 25th class reunion. Stop. We are truly We are truly proud of the traditions and achievements of LA High. Stop. The mayor regrets he cannot attend the dinner as he is visiting Los Angeles' sister cities of Nagoya, Eilat, Dusseldorf, Nairobi, Bogota, Minsk, Pinsk, Dubrovnik, Tripoli, Timbuktu, Lhasa, and Lahore. P.S. Today Los Angeles, tomorrow the world. Now, most of the letters that we got were very, very favorable, and they were very interesting to read. However, in a crowd of over 800 students, you're bound to get a few disgruntled letters, and I'm only going to read one. It says, "How dare you send those stupid announcements to my home with the graduation year on the envelope?" If my new husband had seen it first, you'd have ruined everything. He thinks I'm only 35. Now, we have over 130 members of the class staying at the hotel. And the hotel is giving a complimentary breakfast tomorrow morning. It will be held in the Royal Suite, which is on the ground floor, and since it is complimentary, it will be held at 6:30. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to say that many of you, when you were in the lobby and at the bar, noticed the old headlines, and I'm sure they brought back great memories. And I think it's very interesting that our children cannot realize the era in which we lived. Although it was only 25 years ago, we did not have jet airplanes, transistor radios, especially television. They cannot understand that we did not have television. But we did have one thing that I think surpassed television, and that was radio. We actually were forced to use our imagination. And here tonight, to show us what the golden days of radio were all about, is Mr. Golden Days of Radio himself, Mr. Frank Brzee. Frank?
You made me sound very old, you know. I want to add my greetings to the class of 1947, too. You know, I came here tonight to chase some old memories. The only trouble was that I found out most of them were married and have 3 children and 2 husbands. I was looking through an old pair of chords the other day, and I ran across a couple of things that are really interesting. A couple of phone numbers, and I wonder if you remember these numbers. Parkway 6409. Oh, yeah? That was Leah Robinson's number. And this is one I dialed a few times, Wyoming 7448. That's Barbara Parks. Parkway 7864. That's Doris Mount's number. Your voice is changing. Here's another one. Parkway 0221. Does anyone remember that? That's Virginia Tung's number. She wasn't in our class, but a lot of people remember. And I have one more. York 6871. That was Judy Pollen. I understand she went into business for herself. I know that many of you have heard the Golden Days of Radio segment that I do on the Roger Carroll Show each night. And I was thinking back to many of the teachers at LA High School and how much they reminded me of some of the radio programs. For instance, there was every girl's favorite, the girls' vice principal, Mabel Matthews. This is how I remember she sounded.
Who knows what evil lurks in the hearts of men? Shadow knows.
That's her laugh, too, isn't it? How about the boys' vice principal, Jack Crowther?
And it shall be my duty as district attorney not only to prosecute to the limit of the law all persons accused of crimes perpetrated within this county, but to defend with equal vigor the rights and privileges of all its citizens.
Jack, you did sound like that once in a while, I remember. Remember the race predictions that George Moss would put up on the blackboard? This is how I remember him.
And they're off. And it's a good start with no interference. Whirl away, got away in last place. Ocean Blue broke fast on his stride. Our boots away on the outside is clear. Porter's cap is clear.
Another one, Bert LaBoucherie. Bert LaBoucherie gave the impression that he was
Sergeant Preston of the Yukon.
On you Huskies.
And then there was Philo Chambers.
Faster than a speeding bullet. More powerful than a locomotive. Able to leap tall buildings at a single bound. Look, up in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Superman.
How many of you girls remember the girls' athletic director with her gong, Miss Krogman?
Harry and the pirate.
And every time Homer Graves had that starting pistol in his hand at the track events, he sounded like this. And once again, Miss Mabel Matthews.
Weed of crime bears bitter fruit. Crime does not pay. The shadow knows.
And now, here's a 4-minute potpourri of some of the programs that we were all listening to 25 years ago.
I love a mystery. I love a mystery.
presenting the latest adventures of Jack, Doc, and Jerry, specialists in crime and adventure, now following the Chinese pirate map of P.Y. Ling.
Jack Armstrong, the all-American boy. With a testament to high, going Holly's land. Ever shall our dream be champion, known throughout the land.
Wheaties, Breakfast of Champions, bring you the thrilling adventures of Jack Armstrong, the all-American boy.
The Lone Ranger. A fiery horse with the speed of light, a cloud of dust, and a hearty Hi-Yo Silver. The Lone Ranger.
Ready for reporting. Ready for action.
Sky King.
The FBI in peace and war. Presents Hollywood. The Radio Theater brings you Ronald Colman and Heather Angel in A Tale of Two Cities. Ladies and gentlemen, your producer, Mr. William Keighley.
Greetings from Hollywood, ladies and gentlemen.
Once again, we bring you the romance of Helen Trent, who sets out to prove for herself what so many women long to prove, that romance can live in life at 35 and after. Once again, we present Our Gal Sunday. The story of an orphan girl named Sunday from the little mining town of Silver Creek, Colorado, who in young womanhood married England's richest, most handsome lord, Lord Henry Brenton. The story that asks the question, can this girl from a little mining town in the West find happiness as the wife of a wealthy and titled Englishman?
It's time now for Mr. Keene, tracer of lost persons. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Keene, tracer of lost persons. One of the most famous characters of American fiction in one of radio's most thrilling dramas. Tonight and every Thursday at the same time, the famous old investigator takes from his file and brings to us one of his most celebrated missing persons cases.
Well, of all people, Portland.
Well, Fred, we've enjoyed laughing at you so much over the radio.
And now it's a pleasure to laugh in your face.
Good evening, Mr. Mr. for South America and all the ships and clippers at sea. Let's go to press flash. I'm asking you who's on first. No, that's the man's name. That's whose name? Yes. Well, go ahead and tell me. Who? The guy on first. Who? First base. Who is on first?
The March of Time.
Oh, I know where my baton is. It's right here in the hall.
Oh, no, McGee, please don't.
And here's one of the most popular shows during our days at LA High.
The Lucky Strike program starring Jack Benny with Barry Livingston, Phil Harris, Rochester, Larry Stevens, and yours truly, Don Wilson.
And here's the singing star of the Jack Benny Show in 1947. Let's give a nice welcome to Mr. Larry Stevens, right here.
Summer, winter, or fall, no, never would I leave would leave you, it wouldn't be in summer. Seeing you in summer, I never would go. Your hair streaked with sunlight, your lips red as flame, your face with a luster that puts gold to shame. If ever I would leave you, it wouldn't be in springtime, knowing how in spring I'm bewitched by you so. No, not in springtime, summer, winter, or fall. No, never will I leave you at all.
Hey, you're a great audience out there tonight, really. You know, thank you. You know, when Ron Barnett asked me to do that, I said, gee, Ron, I haven't done it for so long. It's been so many years. I'm not even in the business anymore, but it's sort of fun for me to go back and sort of a nostalgia type thing, you know? So let's go back those years, and I'll remember some of these songs, and we'll try to sing some of the songs that we all remember those times, because I think I'm probably the oldest singing teenager around today. So let's go over by the piano here, and maybe we can pick up some of those. Yeah, that's a good one. Okay.
You'll never know just how much I miss you. You'll never know just how much I care. If there is some other way to prove that I love you, I swear I don't know how. You'll never know if you don't know now.
Let's remember this one.
The more I see you, the more I want you. Somehow this feeling just grows and grows. I know the only one for me can only be you. My heart won't free you, my arms won't try. I'll walk alone.
That was a great one.
Because to tell you the truth, I'll be lonely. I don't mind being lonely. When my heart tells me you are lonely too. They say that falling in love is wonderful. It's wonderful, so they say. And with the moon up above, it's wonderful. It's wonderful, so they tell me.
Remember this one?
The girl that I marry will have to be as soft and as pink as a nursery, and the girl I call my own will wear satins and laces and smell of cologne. Old buttermilk sky, I'm a keeping my eyes peeled on you. What's a good word tonight? Is it gonna be cloudy or bright? Old buttermilk sky. Can't you see my little donkey and me? We're as happy as a Christmas tree, heading to the one that I love. A rose must be made for the sun and the rain, or its lovely promise won't come true. To each his own. Footsteps that you hear down the hall, her laugh that floats on a summer night that you can never quite recall, but you'll see Laura on a train that is passing through. Those eyes, how familiar they seem. She gave your very first kiss to you. That was Laura, but she's only a dream.
Thank you. Thank you. You're very kind. Here's a couple more, about 3 or 4 more, and then we'll close with a good one. I think you remember. Remember this one?
Dream when you're feeling blue. Dream, that's the thing to do. You watch the smoke rings rise in the air. Hey, you'll find your share of memories there. A small cafe, mademoiselle, a rendezvous, mademoiselle. The violins were warm and sweet, and so were you, mademoiselle. You sigh, the song begins, you speak, and I hear violins. It's magic. The stars desert the skies and rush to nestle in your eyes. It's magic.
Okay.
Getting to know you, getting to know all about you, getting to like you, getting to hope you like me.
Here was a great one. Rita Hayworth.
Long ago and far away, I dreamed a dream one day, and now that dream is here beside me. Oh, give me land, lots of land under starry skies above. Hey, don't fence me in. Let me ride through the wide open country that I love. Don't fence me in. Let me be by myself in the evening breeze. Listen to the murmur of the cottonwood trees. Send me off forever, but I ask you please, don't fence me in.
And here's the last one, ladies and gentlemen. This was the first song I sang on the Jack Benny radio show, and this is the song tonight.
I'll be seeing you in every lovely summer's day, in everything that's light and gay. I'll always think of you that way. I'll find you in the morning sun, and when the night is new, I'll be looking at the moon, but I'll be seeing you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Dick Bank. Better known for the past 7 months as Ron Barnett's ghostwriter. Actually, writing all of those letters was quite easy. It was forging Barnett's signature that gave me all the problems. It looked like a tracing from an electrocardiogram. People have asked me, in light of the tremendous time devoted to this reunion, how I have had the time for my business too, and how my wife has put up with it all for the better part of a year. No big deal. On Monday morning, I file for bankruptcy, and on Monday afternoon, she files for divorce. We received a tremendous response on the questionnaires that went out. About 90% of them were returned, and a lot of very good and interesting information was received, and we plan to use a number of the interesting points in the souvenir book as soon as we delete some of the libelous portions and correct some of the spelling. Some of the things that were of interest to the people and some of the great remembrances I'd like to read at this time. Here is what is remembered after 25 years ago at LA High. The building with its tower and chimes, the school spirit, football games and track meets, the flagpole and the sundial, Senior Park, and sometimes sneaking a smoke there, the noon mixer, running for classes on registration day, second period class on the first floor, third period class on the fourth floor, white cords, sometimes flying from the flagpole, dances, the Roman Club on Friday nights and the many club dances at the Deauville, Riviera, and other beach clubs, Carpenter's Drive-In at Wilshire and Western, itchy wool black bathing suits for the girls, complete with holes, Mr. Kuhlberger drawing freehand circles on the blackboard, crawling out of the window of Mr. Moss's classroom, Mr. Walker wrapping the Venetian blind cords around his neck, Mrs. Burdick calling her students sister and brother, the friendliness of LA High, assemblies. Most schools today don't even have auditoriums. Drag races in front of school at lunchtime. Ford convertibles with Carson tops, ripple discs, and twin pipes. And the pride of attending LA High, the best in the city. These are some of the things that we remember best. I had a letter that was given to me just before I came out. This letter is from the well-known accounting firm Price Waterhouse, and it says, "Dear Mr. Bank, we confirm that the LA High class of 1947 has set another record. Our official figure is 1,357 pounds. That's the aggregate poundage lost in dieting for this reunion." There have been a number of requests that we have another reunion in the next few years. Does that meet with your approval? Well, we're one step ahead of you. We have booked the Hilton for October 1997 for our 50th anniversary. However, it will be in a smaller room. As you well know, we have invited a number of faculty members here this evening, and if I may have the house lights on now so that the faculty may be properly introduced and so you can recognize them and appreciate them. They're sitting over at two tables here on my right, and I'd like them to stand. A teacher from LA High from 1926 to 1969, a graduate of LA High where he was an all-city football player, taught algebra and coached basketball at LA High, Horace Brzee. This fellow came to LA High in 1924 and stayed to 1948. He taught history, coached the cross country and the long distance runners. Philo Chambers. Philo? A teacher of Latin and journalism, and my journalism teacher at LA High, and I owe her a great deal for what I learned in her class. From 1945 to 1968, Dorothy Clark. Boys Vice Principal from 1945 to 1948, Jack Crowther. Coach of track and field from 1929 to 1965, Homer Graves. Teacher at Los Angeles High School from 1925 to 1961, teaching English and math, and the sponsor of the winter 1947 class, Inez Hodge. A dancing instructor and also in the physical education department at Los Angeles High School from 1926 to 1955, Martha Krogman. A teacher of mathematics from 1942 to 1966, Peter Kuhlberger. Now known as Mr. Cool. And a teacher of physics from 1924 to 1946, George Moss. The questionnaires provided us with much interesting information, and here is some of that which I think will be of interest to you this evening. Those who came the longest distance, and this would be a three-way dead heat. Carol Blumet has come from Bronxville, New York, Phyllis Altoff from Arlington, Virginia, and Leah Robinson from Miami, Florida. Others who have come good distances, Roseanne Goldenson from Beechwood, Ohio, John Osborne, Grapevine, Texas, Corinne Benjamin from Denver, Colorado, Jerry Jones, Seattle, Washington, Joyce Slater, Reno, Nevada, Jack Ackerman and Edith Levy from Las Vegas, Mary Frances Delaney from Phoenix, Jack Cole from Tucson, and Keith Ray from Hilo, Hawaii. The longest married. On March 29, 1947, Connie Hurt married Roger Peterson, summer 1943, LA High grad, And they still are married today, more than 25 years later. They live in Newport Beach, and they have 4 children, 2 college graduates, and 2 in college at this time. Now, of course, Connie graduated in the winter class and naturally had a head start on any of those who graduated in the summer class. So we think it only fair to give the summer graduate who has been married the longest period of time, and that would be Mary Lee Reed, who married Walt Meixel on August 2nd, 1947. They have 3 children, 2 grandchildren, ages 3 and 1.5, and they live in Roseville near Sacramento. 15 of the class have been married for 24 years, 13 for 23 years, 24 for 22 years, 36 for 21 years, and on it goes. So far as children is concerned, a tie between Gloria Hartley and Barbara True, both with 8. Gloria is here this evening, but Barbara, unfortunately, was taken to the hospital on Thursday with a slipped disc. Peggy Perrine and Billy Joe Porter have 7 children. Jim Brander, Camille Brick, Margaret Lewis, John Lowe, Joan Lund, and John Tucker have 6. And with 5, Peggy DeFlon, Diane Durand, Dick Logan, Joanne Mahoney, Irv Wagner, Ernie Kuros, Virginia Reynolds, Rusty Wilmsmeyer, Marilyn Windbigler, and Carol Wotel, and more than 40 in the class with 4 children. We have grandchildren too in this class, and the easy winner with 3 is Dolores McDonald. With 2, Jack Ackerman, Peggy Perrine, Ernie Kuros, Mary Lee Reed, and with 1 each, Charlotte Chappelle, Jim Brander, Marshall DeFord, Marion Finn, Betty Good, Wally Gaynor, and Virginia Reynolds. And the distinction of having triplets in the class belongs to Myrna Wittenberg. Someone has said that ours was the last of the great classes. LA High was noted for its spirit, and our class was no exception. So the spirit is still here, just as it was 25 years ago. The scene was Housh Field, the date October 11th, 1946, and the occasion, the LA High Fairfax game. The next voices you hear will be ours. Are Lou Sacken and Jack Ackerman ready?
God bless you all. My name's Ackerman the Bum, and this is my friend the barrister, Mr. Sacken. Say hello.
I cover him whenever he needs to be covered, and I want you all to know that Jack's name was not prominently mentioned, but he came all the way from Las Vegas, Nevada, with the compliments of Howard Hughes and The Godfather to be here tonight.
Now, your committee, who has done such a wonderful job, has gone to all this expense for these outfits.
Don't you love these shoes?
What? The gun bolster, the courtesy of Frank Spicker.
Frank Spicker?
That's his sense of humor. Black and white, he puts us in. Anyway, they've gone to all this expense, and they want you to yell. But, gang, for the record, I want no coronaries in this house, even though there's doctors in the class. You understand? But we're going to try the Alabevo, and if you don't have the sheets on your table, shame on you. We're going to start, I think we used to call it, Are You Ready? And then, excuse the expression, you would say, Yay, Bo. We'll leave it in, that's the way it was written in those days. Let's try that for size.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Now let's try it one time. Are you ready? Sing it. Wait a
I haven't got all night. I have a young wife in heat. Now, let's do it now.
Are you ready?
It only happens every 25 years, you know. Maestro, do you have the alma mater there on your charts? All right, let's have an introduction so everybody can follow, all right? Please, is there... Hail, hail to you may as well stand up. And thank you all most kindly for being the people you are. God bless you and good night.
Good night, and thank you.
That's our show and our salute to the LA High class of 1947. On each anniversary, we look back and remember our happy days at LA High School and of all the classmates we knew. And each year, there are some that are only in our memories. I know that they would have enjoyed sharing this evening with us. Chuck Altschul, Sonia Astor, Dick Bernard, Irwin Gitter, Chuck Halleck, Beverly Halsey, Mary Hanshee, Howard Heine, Bob Huber, Jim Marcus, Stan Rawson, Jerry Ruddleson, Sandra Solomon, Ralph Spriggs, Barbara Tour, Stan Weissman, and Sue Walton, who passed away just 8 weeks ago. You know, it's been a long time since you or I have sat in a classroom at LA High and tried to get 100% on a test, or spent a Friday afternoon at a football game when the opposing team was Dorsey or Fairfax or Manual Arts. But those are days we'll never forget. My first week at LA High back in 1944, I took the 25-cent tour, and we stopped at the auditorium. They pointed out 15 words on the proscenium arch that I'll never forget. Obedience to law, respect for others, mastery of self, joy in service, these constitute life. As long as there's an LA High student or a great class like ours, the words will always be, you can't beat LA High. Thank you.
The program is now concluded. The bar is open. The orchestra is here for your dancing enjoyment. Enjoy yourself.